Thank you very much for your introduction. And first of all, I would like to thank Rome, Vietnam, and also this mistake that the Ministry of Agriculture provide invitation for me to be here today and on the way to the Lake Laboratory for the annual meeting with the Chirapol. Well, let me bring you some up-to-date information about Thailand, and please also help to justify whether we are on the sensible path or not. I can't really say that we are on that direction, but we are busy tidying up the country after several years of uprising or political change, as you can see from the media. Well, Thailand was known as a food exporting country for many years. We have surplus foods like sugar, cassava, maize, and spices for export. And in this term, we can say that we are self-sufficient in food quantitatively, but qualitatively we are suffering a lot from continuous production of food by contaminating our soil and causing a lot of erosion in the country. And we are now running into the situation that we are reducing yields of the crop from our land. And you can see that the momentum right now is there are increasing number of farmers now turning around to be working hard in the organic farming. And you can also see that the buffaloes and things that here are being brought back to the farm in order to reduce the farm mechanization and chemical inputs. Rice, yes, you might have heard about the rice program in the country now. We have so much rice to export, and we haven't been able to classify this enough. We grow different grades of rice, different quality of rice, but we export them as one quality. I mean that they do not differentiate enough. We have more than 40 varieties of rice, different type of taste of rice, but we simply export them in a small categories. So this is really, we are not really pricing them according to the quality of the rice. And the water buffaloes, we have been able to tame them and use them for several decades or even 100 years in those regions until the past 50 years we start modernizing our farm production by bringing in farm mechanization and also raising the level of intensity by putting chemicals input into the farmland. And we are now getting lessons from that long-term intensification process by getting the health effect and also the contribution in our ecosystem. It's a labor intensive. It has been the custom that people are helping each other in the farm when they are doing the harvest, when they are doing the growing season. But now so they disappearing because the farm mechanization coming less, and people are not helping each other anymore. And the neighborhoods and the relation between in the village are now weakening. And people begin to realize that and try to work together and bring it back again. The farmer networks helping each other. And you can see that in the country, farmers, especially the rice farmers, they are suffering most from the unfair price and also from not getting enough help from the government by getting very low price every season. And then now they become among the poorest group of the farmers in the country. We are now shifting part of the land from growing rice into growing vegetable, especially on the organic vegetable and fruits. We are promoting different kind of fruit for export. We are gaining more momentum, getting more higher price and higher volume of export from our fruit and our vegetables. And this, many of you might be familiar with it. This is called mangosteen. It's a very good fruit after the durian. For those of you who know durian, fruit is very thorny fruit and very smelly fruit. But when you eat durian, because of the high sulfur content, you feel very hot inside. That's why you have to kill it with mangosteen afterwards, after eating durian. So now it's being very popular and getting a very high price for export. And also the seafood, as you can see that many people, they go to the island destination, tourist destination, not only for the beach, but also to enjoy the seafood, the Thai food, cheaply available on the beach, and also the massage and many other scenic activities that people are involved in the tourist destination. Now, among the political unrest for the past few years, in the 2013 last year, we had on the average about 2 million people visiting every month. For the whole year was came up to 26 million people coming to Thailand. Among the shutdown of Bangkok and shutdown of streets, people were busy on uprising and making political movement in that. And people come from, visitors come from around the world, shifting from Europe to Asia, and now people from China and India and Russia and come to Thailand in different destinations. And people, the tourists from the European countries is still #1 visitors to the country. And you can see that this is the growth of the tourists coming arrival to the countries increased 167% in 10 years, in 13 years. And now people tourists are coming back again. In the past month we have more than 1.5 million tourists arrival. And the good news is that the curfew was lifted in the very popular tourist destination like Samui, Pattaya, and Phuket. Now I'm coming to the serious matter, giving you the introduction of that. In between 1980 to 2010, we have 105 natural disasters in Thailand, and with the 64 million people affected and 12,000 people died since 1980, and the loss of about 200 million US$ cost every year on the every year basis. And 48% of the surveys of small and medium-sized enterprise were affected by disaster at least once a year. And average cost per SME per event was about $100,000 US. Average recovery time is about 2 months, and 86% of respondents have never had disaster risk management training before. This is the research that I conducted about 2 years ago. And 72% of respondents stated they would use disaster risk management training if available. Who were surveyed about 429 SME total, SME from 5 regions, and 60 or 70% are female and 30% are male, and 77% are employee and 23% are owner, and 76% are smaller and 24% are medium businesses. What's happened? The disaster risk is increasing in Thailand and throughout the Asian countries, 10 Asian countries. Increasing number and intensity of natural disasters resulting from climate change. And the increased vulnerability to natural disasters result from environmental degradation and lack of preparedness, lack of information, lack of awareness. And increased exposure to natural disasters result from higher population, which is happening now, and more development in hazard-prone regions. And the type of natural disaster, inland flooding is number one. Most common and the most impactful natural disaster in Thailand. The type of disaster concerned vary greatly by region. Those regions close to the sea also suffering from the sea level rise. And those regions in the mountainous area, they are suffering from a lot from the flooding and also the annual flooding. Now, this is the aerial photograph of and also satellite images indicating that in 2011, which is the critical flooding in Thailand, there's more than 66 provinces were impacted here, 77 provinces. You can see this is the big industry in the ancient capital of Thailand, Ayutthaya, and this is the aerial photograph showing you the flooded area during that time. It's about 45 days to 60 days. My house was flooded 64 days. I couldn't go to work, I couldn't go anywhere. It became a small island surrounded by water about 2 meters deep. And I just stayed there and go by kayak and canoe, going to the shop and get vegetable and get some food. That's 46 days. And this infrastructure also were badly affected by the flood. And after that, we spent a lot of money trying to restore them, making them back again to the condition that we can use again. Also, this urban area, the government tried everything to do to protect Bangkok, the capital of the country. By doing so, they divert all the water to the nearby provinces. So people are even more suffering from the unexpected high volume of water because they want to protect Bangkok, had to be clean and dry, not getting affected, not share the impacts with other people. And there were a lot of complaints about this. And also the rural area and agricultural areas were badly affected because the farmland was underwater for 2 months, and some were within 4 months, some places. So they turn those lands into the unproductive lands, and you can imagine the people won't have incomes for 2 months. What would be like, and no food, and have to live on the temporary shelter for 2 months. And also, but during that time, the interest rate never stopped. They keep going every month. So people were in debt with the bank and the financial institute. They were even more suffering from this temple under the water. And you can imagine that all kinds of animals came in the water, like the pythons and the snakes, all kinds of snakes and the crocodiles. And this is the period of 2 months, 60 days, both in the city and also in the rural area. Even the elephant were also suffering from the, heavy critical flooding. And the people there, we were holding together with the sandbag in order to stop and waiting. We were lacking of the heavy equipment that enough machinery that can move around the sandbag and help us to protect the flood. But eventually we gave up because we let the water in, and crocodile was given as a gift after releasing the water in. Now it's almost 1.5 meters deep of the water everywhere, and the crocodile just give us a call. Is there anybody there at home? So the crocodile came to the house, and this is another crocodile about 2.5 meters long was captured by the villagers, and they give it back to the farm so that it could be in the safe place. They didn't have it for breakfast or dinner. And all kinds of animals were suffering during the flood, and you wouldn't see the picture like this until the critical flood came in 2011. Buffalo, they were suffering from their feet, because of the long term. I mean, so weak standing in the water. So they got the ulcer and problem with the infection. And dogs, hundreds of dogs, because they cannot stay at home anymore. And the homeowner migrated to live with their relatives outside, somewhere, and the dog was left behind. At the airport, also, we have this picture because it's the first time in history that we see the plane in the water, and they were there for almost 40 days. And you see every circle, every roundabout is the landmark for the car that people just park in the car. And also this is a collection of the affected area. And also the Honda, there were more than 600 cars underwater. They are brand new cars, never used, and they were under the water, and now they have to work a lot on it to change the interior and work on the material so that they can be sold cheaply. And during that time, even the money you have, it doesn't mean anything. You can't get anything from the shelf because the shelves are empty everywhere. People go into the supermarket and grab everything they could in order to make sure that they don't know how long it's going to be. So they grab everything and put it back and put it at their house, and even the canned food and everything. So the empty airport at the time for about 50 days. So no visitors coming in, and people have to be transported from the airport, from the one hotel to another hotel, making sure that they can catch their flight back home. And also this is Shaw House collapsing because of the sea level rise. This is different years. And, this is the area of Bangkok where I took Herman there for dinner at one night. And also this is the race platform for those who they are putting the spirit house. And this is the milestone of Bangkok, which is 40 years ago it was the milestone indicating that this is the land dividing two provinces from Bangkok and the other province. Now it's about 1.5 kilometers in the sea. The milestone is under the water, about 2 meters under the water. Now they lift it up and put it about 4 meters higher, and become a tourist attraction. And the Thai people, when they have lunch, after having lunch, they go there and see. This is one time land area used to be at this point, and the community nearby, on both sides, and you can see the electric pole is everywhere in this area. And the beach erosion also has become very critical in many parts of the country, like this one. The owner of the land didn't have any knowledge what can be done. They simply put the sand back in front of the beach. And this is a good case, but some of the cases they build the wall, the sea wall, 90 degrees against the wave, that they are simply throwing the money into the sea because that won't sustain the wave coming 100 times a day. So they eventually collapse. So they simply throw the money into the sea and couldn't protect their land. And this, if you can see the vertical erosion, about 1.4 meters depth of the sea. And the land, he's the bank manager. He bought a piece of land about 3 acres, but now he has only 2 acres usable land, and 1 acre is only gone into the sea. And also his neighbors, when I was there, I was taking the photo, and he wasn't happy with me taking the photo of the land. And then they said that, well, I introduced myself, I'm a lecturer at the university, and say, oh, welcome. I think you should know better than me. And they said that he's a banker, he didn't know what to do. He said that he bought a piece, 100 pieces of pine wood, piling over there, and he said that he's going to put it as a wall, sea wall, protect the wave. I said, oh, you shouldn't waste your money there. You might need all these poles to put the sign for sale, a piece of land. They said that, oh, I don't believe that I have to sell my land now. I said, if you sell today, you get a better price. So now he sold the land because he said he's a banker. He said this is my life saving, buying a piece of land so my family can come for the holiday during the weekend. And now he cannot use the land anymore because the land is being eroded every year. And also now, this is in the eastern part of the country, in small, what we call the Chang Island, the big island, which now they have lost. They used to sell 60 meters beach, a beach that people, tourists can walk. Now they can have only 4 meters because of the sea level rise. And you can see the pine tree here. It is 55 years old. And the person who really planted this pine tree is now the chief monk nearby in the temple nearby. He came and explained that this is the tree that I planted 54 years ago. And now when I planted this pine tree, it was simply the land, there's no water here. Now the water is getting into the land and upside and uproot the tree. This is in Phuket. Phuket also is no exception for Phuket. It's, the beach erosion is very critical in many beaches. And this is a satellite, the aerial photograph. In 1964, you can see this. There's a small temple here, and behind, beyond the temple, there are about 200 meters, and then come to the seafront. This is the ocean, Gulf of Thailand. 1992, the temple is now the forefront on the beach because of the erosion. Now, in 2014, this year, 2014, now the temple is here, 500 meters in the sea. You see, the rate of erosion is very quick. This is the same temple. The only way that we can commute is by concrete paveway, a small one, and people can also ride a bicycle. And this temple is being used as an indication of the sea level rise. And when we want to see how critical we can come to the temple. The temple is about 30 kilometers from Bangkok and accessible by boat and walking. And concrete bridge connects it to the land. And now an island, it's become an island in the ocean about 500 meters offshore. Now this is the temple. Now it has to be raised and has to be risen to about 2 meters above the sea level. And also there are many companies, big corporations trying to help the temple through their CSR program, the corporate social responsibility program, by donating the concrete pole, the concrete bags, the cement bags, so that they can make the seawall protecting themselves, but it didn't work. And also this, while the land is land eroding, because of the river dam was damaged. So they were built in the past 3 decades. So protecting the sediment flowing down from upstream to add more beach. Now there is no sediment coming down. A mangrove forest is destroyed because of the urbanization and also because of the high wave coming into the shore. And also increasing storm and higher wave. This is and the submerged electricity pole show where the town once was. These are the electric poles due to be as a pole supplying electricity to the communities 30 years ago, and there were more than 400 families living along the line. But now there's no more village there. And this is only the walkway. They can help each other to put it in order leading to the temple. Gulf of Thailand is projected to be one of the areas of the world that will see the largest increase in sea level rise. And also the Thai coast has already lost 60 kilometers to the sea level rise around the country. So it is real now. It's not something that you hear in the news. Now you can see, you can go and within half an hour you'll be there and see. And how quickly is Sintunawa coastline changing. We lost 1 kilometer and badly damaged additional 4 kilometers in 2 generations. And this is one village of 1 communities. There were 177 houses totally lost, and people have to migrate to other part of the country. And the village population has decreased 50% because they don't see their future there, and there has been much done in that area according to the government help or support on that. They simply turn it to the tourist attraction. And many residents have moved their home further from the sea 10 to 12 times. The head of the villagers, she said to me that I have moved 11 times now, and I will not move further. She said she will die there in the piece of land, the last one. She will not move further, once more. And monsoon waves have doubled in size in 20 years. Initial reaction to rising water is started building sea walls from starting in 1994, and earth, stone, wood were put together as a material in order to be able to walk to the temple. And none worked well. Every type of dam, type of seawall didn't work. And school is on its third location, keep moving back from the sea because of the flood. And mangrove could not survive high wave. We used to believe that mangrove could help protect the land, with, in the bracket, with a density, very high density. But that can only buy in time, but not for the long time. It can slow down and can reduce the wave, the height of the wave, and can slow down the damaging time. The temple, when we come to the ground level and see the temple, the floor temple was raised up 1.5 meters. Window and door now shorter, and I can only get into the temple through the window. And concrete walkway to the temple built. This is 2013 last year, November. This is the famous picture that when we talk about the sea level rise, the temples in the water, in the sea, in the ocean. And but the day that I visited in November last year, you can see the soil being put up almost at the edge of the window. And this is the platform has been raised so that we can go inside the temple. Raising the floor, shrine doorways at Wat Sintunawa, 2013, and this is inside. I brought a group of international participants to the came for the workshop, and I brought the group to the temple and discussed about the disaster risk management, and they were really surprised that this is coming this far, this close now. And raising the floor, shrine the doorways at the Wat Sintunawa, I was tying my shoestring on my way out of the temple. This is during the monsoon season in October. This is the temple. So the current adaptation strategy is putting homes and paths on stilts and promoting ecotourism to generate money to pay for the stint and other improvements. So this you can see that this is from local government. They haven't got enough. The government, the central government didn't have a very clear picture and the vision what needs to be done for this area, and not only for this area, but for the whole country. They haven't got the good plan, the good vision, what needs to be done, and what the individual can do in order to to do the self-protection. And with the belief, the mangrove can reduce waves, and at the same time, waves can also reduce mangrove if they come all day long. And what does the future hold? The sea level is still rising continuously. The storms are getting worse, and only now 4 months living there. With the storm believe that one day they will win. I don't know what to say to them. They say that I believe that we will win one day. So this reflects, that the level of education, and still a lot of work need to be done in order to communicate to these people in the affected area. And also the construction material need to be transported by boat, cannot be transported by truck because there's no way the truck can get into the area, increasingly. Now, you can imagine the government will, for the past 9 years, busy of solving their own problems. And this is also the picture of the uprising on the street, that people trying to get a better government, more transparent government, more transparent operation. And you can see this is about 100 days about 1 million people. But on the international news, the CNN and the BBC reported at 60,000. I was there on the street. I know that more than 1 million people come on the street. But the international news just say, oh no, not more than 60,000 people. They will be there. They go back home in the evening. They come only for in the evening they disappear. We stay there for weeks and many weeks. And then we even seal the street walking. It's not the way that Herman sealed the street in Europe, but we are sealing the street in different ways. We fill up the street, and the purpose is not walking the street. The purpose is that we just be part of the traffic. We want to walk, we want to march there. And you can imagine this in the big hall. The man, he's the leader of the movement. He's now become a Buddhist monk, spending most of his time meditating in the temple, not giving any interview. He said that his time is over now. He's going to be in the peace of the temple. So you can imagine that we were not able to do any work, any kind of productive work, and also our mind was not settled. I really appreciate the understanding of the peace of mind at the time, because I couldn't sit still. I just had to listen to the radio, to the TV, but all the TV channels, the public TV were managed by the government already, showing the music, showing the games and everything, but nothing reporting about what's happening on the street. So that really drive people out on the street. Now, we have the expert from Europe. Joining us in acceleration after the peaceful sit-down that we were campaigning in Bangkok, because the people in Bangkok, like many other developing countries in the region, they are so car addicted. So they even to 500 meters, they get on the car and drive 500 meters, park another place. They never want to walk. So it's become very materialized. I mean, these people, they are dreaming to have a new car all the time. So it would be hard to fight against this. It would be hard to divert their living, living quality of having to have cars at home. So I try at the system, applying the system knowledge, try to find out a way where would be the leverage that they can get momentum for these people in getting out of the car and walk and cycling on the street. At the first Friday, we got only 37 people joining us riding the bicycle. We call it Friday Bangkok Ride, hoping that we could create the critical mass in Bangkok, hoping that we could create thousands of people riding the bicycle. But before we came here, there were more than 400 people joining us. And I hope that during this on the coming Coffee Day on the 22nd of September, and we will do it on the 21st of September, we have more than 10,000 in Bangkok riding the bicycle. It doesn't look heavy, but we try to pretend that this is heavy. This is on the way. When we come to the destination, we will put up the bicycle up like this one. And also we can see that the bicycle is coming up very quickly. They decorate the Christmas tree. Instead of using the reindeer, they are dragging the cart. Now they're using the bicycle, dragging the cart of the Santa Claus during the Christmas every year. Now you can see Herman was showing the symbol of the critical mass on the street when we came, all the bikers. actually, these are the business people. This man, he's the general manager of the 400-room hotel, or the 5-star hotel. He's traveling a long way from Pattaya, from 1 o'clock in order to join us at 5 o'clock bicycle ride in the evening in Bangkok. And he has been there for every week. He never missed a week. We give him the certificate of a good student. In the traffic in the city of Bangkok. And now you can see that it's not only in Europe, but in Thailand, people the number of bicycles is not climbing, it's shooting really high, up high level. The people get the bicycle riding on Saturday morning, Sunday morning. I say that if you want to change, to making change to this society, you should ride during the traffic jam. Ride the bicycle to work, to school, not ride for your leisure, for your recreation. Do it this way that you can really make change in Bangkok. And now people listening, because I'm hosting the radio program also in the evening, so I can have the choice to talk to them in the evening. And also when I go back, before I came here, I put on the tape recording the television program of 14 short already, and now it's going to be broadcasted in October onward, promoting the bicycle use. That's a successful way of thinking. Government adaptation ideas. Right now, among the political uprising, we can find the way they build on, especially on the sea level rise. They build a large water retention walls across Chirapol River, from Pattaya to Wien, blocking about 50 meters high. So you can't see the horizon of the sea now. They were building, they were talking about it. You can imagine that we won't let them do that. And build a high wall along the beach. You see that, what the reason that tourists go there to see the wall? They don't want to see the wall. And again, we won't let them do that. Okay. Build more big dams upstream in order to hold water and prevent flooding. This is something happening. They are promoting that. And just before March 11 of the Fukushima, they were running the full stream promoting the nuclear power plant, the first nuclear power plant in Thailand. I just said to Chirapol yesterday, I thank you very much for the Fukushima lesson that we learned. And then after the March 11, all the politicians promoting the nuclear power plant, they kept shut, they kept quiet. They didn't give any interview on the nuclear promotion anymore. So thanks for the tsunami and what happened there. I'm sorry, really sorry what's happening there. But that had been a hard lesson learned for the time. And also action taken in the structural change for the government now, only the emergency response by attributing to departments dealing directly with the emergency response by providing the what we call the survival bags for those people who are in the affected area, so that they can have food, they can have something to live on for 3 days before they can be recovered from the impacts. The coordinating government departments in rescuing, supporting, and restoring affected communities. These are two departments dealing with all these things. Short term, they as a warning and forecasting. They are given the responsibility to do this. Loss and damage reporting. They have to report what's happened after the event. So this is the basic things that we are hoping that one day when things get quieter and better, now we can have the long-term vision. And even though among us, university people, we are working on that long-term vision, but haven't been used or approached by the government because they are not ready for moving that direction yet. And there have been no assessment on the potential impact or changes in the next 10 or 20 years. So this is necessary. And also planning for sustainable future has not been initiated. And adaptation efforts are in hands of unaware and uneducated public, business and household in disastrous affected area. So simply we are turning them, we are victimizing them. in the other way, they are being victimized by not knowing enough what's going to happen, what can be done, and what needs to be changed. Well, the challenge is clear, and many of the solutions are known. The point is to act. So I have come to the end of my presentation. Thank you very much.